guys, welcome back. Bloody horrible weather, it's chucking it down with poxy rain. Excuse my French. But anyway, the car at long last is running right. After God knows how many months of trying to find out what was wrong with it. So, well, it's warm in here. So it might be raining, but it's bloody warm. Sorry that the camera's a bit dark, not much I can really do on that front. Yeah, so what was wrong with it? Well, the problem was this little blighter. Hold on, just got to stop here. Yeah, problem was this little blighter, throttle position sensor. Bloody thing. Now, we changed that in an attempt to find the problem, so that wasn't the original problem. But I think what's happened is where that was playing up, it's in essence masked the initial problem. So after changing that, somewhere along the line we resolved the original problem, but we didn't know we'd resolved the original problem because that was playing around. If that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. So how did I discover that? Well, I wasn't actually trying to find out what was wrong with the car. What I was doing was playing around with some budget diagnostic software that I've got, sort of preparing for a video that me and Clive are going to do on various different types of diagnostic software you can get and the pros and cons of it. So I was just playing around with that really, and it was luck, to be honest. I happened to have it on the throttle position sensor and it was fine, it looked fine. Then I was sort of sitting there drinking some coffee and munching on a bit of a sandwich when I noticed that the line on the graph started fluctuating as if the pedal was being moved a little bit on the idle thing. But of course I wasn't touching the pedal and the engine wasn't running, so there was no reason why it should fluctuate. So it looked in essence as if someone was pushing the accelerator pedal or dabbing the accelerator pedal when it wasn't being touched at all. And that's how we found it. So now we've got the old throttle sensor, throttle position sensor, back on the car, running it with that, and it's running fine. Will I replace it? Probably will do eventually, because that one has probably been on the car for the 20 odd years that the car's been on the road, so it would make sense. But of course I'm going to be more careful that when I do replace it I will get a Porsche sensor rather than an aftermarket one. So that covers that. But it's been a learning curve. One of the things that sort of comes to mind is the various different approaches that people have towards diagnostics. A lot of people say, like, don't throw parts at the car because it's an expensive way of diagnosing the problems, which normally I'd agree with 100%. But bear in mind, I come from a background of classic car restoration, and I've probably said it in other videos, but one thing my dad always used to say, when you've got a car that's got high mileage, a lot of mileage on it, an old car with a lot of mileage on it, nearly every part on that car has done its tour of duty. So if you change a part, even if there's nothing wrong with it, it's not a bad thing, because it's an old part. It's probably living on borrowed time anyway. So in essence, what I have done over the last few months is pretty much replaced and renewed all the bits and bobs on the engine, So in fact what I will do is get an oil change done on it, because the plugs have been replaced, the air filter's been replaced, the fuel filter's been replaced. So if I get an oil change done, the car has effectively had its service for this year, so that's pretty cool. And of course I've missed so much shows and events this year where I haven't wanted to use the car with it running rough, and now I can get out and try and make up for that and get to a few shows, get to a few events and start enjoying the car more. Also, I can get on with some of the other projects that I wanted to do, and I've got some pretty interesting projects coming up. I can tell you that. I don't want to give you too many spoilers and ruin it all for you, but I mean the interior on this car is pretty trash, pretty rubbish, and that is going to be the next project to resolve on the car. We'll go into that in another video. As I say, I don't want to spoil things and do that. This video is basically to say the car's running back on the road properly and enjoyable, and yes, we're back in the game again. So that's the end of that nightmare, but that's the fun of living with a car like this, I suppose, if you can call it fun. Clive's on holiday at the moment. When he gets back, we've been doing a lot of research into doing video on the diagnostics. I know I've been promising it for a long time, but it will come. Thank you again for all the support. I know a few of you have asked what's happened to the videos over the last month, but hopefully, as you can imagine, pretty much all my time and effort has been tied into getting the car running right. So yeah, I will make an effort now to try and get back into doing videos, because everything takes time, or everything takes up your time, so you've got to kind of prioritise what you're doing. But yeah, so we'll try and get back into those. Hi to Jason in Spain. Hope you get your head gasket problem sorted. The gentleman in wherever it was, can't remember your name or where you come from, I apologise. That sounds awful, I should remember. But glad we got your roof switch sorted for you, and that's up and running. And the gentleman that I'm going to reply back to probably tomorrow, I can't remember your name off the top of my head, and obviously I'm driving now so I can't look at the email. But I'll put this in here anyway for you, so if you watch the video you will know. It was about 3 years ago that I got the side skirts off of eBay. One of the drawbacks with eBay is, unfortunately, the sellers do come and go, and the products do come and go. So there's no guarantee you can get the products, 2 or 3 years down the line from the same seller. Can't remember the seller's name, but what I can remember, they were GT3 style side skirts, and he did the option to have them painted in the colour of your car for another £100. So if you do a search for GT3 style side skirts and look to see if the seller does an option where you can have them supplied in the colour of the car, that is probably going to be the same seller, because there's not many that actually supply them painted. Okay, so hope that answers your question. I will, when I get a minute, probably tomorrow now, I will go and put a search in eBay myself, and I will try and see if I can find the listing and the seller for you. But as I say, it was 3 odd years ago that we did those. So happy days, really. Apart from the bloody rain. So we'll see you all in the next video. Oh, well, I remember this weekend, which is the 5th and the 6th of August, we've got a Barleylands car show, which is Barleylands is between Billericay and Wickford. They've got a car show, which, if the weather's okay, I will go to. And then on the Sunday is the Carmen Classics. Google it, look on Facebook because I can never remember. I think it's Bradfield place. I think it's Bradfield, King's Head Pub in Bradfield. But Carmen's Classics are probably definitely going to be there Sunday, even if the weather's a little bit shit, because it's a Porsche show and I like that kind of thing. So if you want to come along and say hello and possibly be in a video, you're more than welcome. And if you don't, sod ya. No, I don't mean that. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come along, and I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for sharing, thank you for the likes and all your comments and all your support, and see you guys again soon. Bye for now. Oh, yeah, I'll do a bit of a wave. Bye, 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 bye.